Hello guys, and welcome back to my video series on programming with modern FORTRAN. So in the last video we discussed about the conditional control structure, the if construct to be precise. Okay, and I gave us the three particular structure we can possibly have: just the if construct, the if else construct, and then the if else if, usually called the block if statements. Okay, those were the things we did in the last video. Now in this video we are going to see an implementation of how we can make use of them. Possibly, in fact not even possibly, we are going to be using it to create a grading system. Now the grading system we are going to create works with these concepts. If you have a score between 70 and 100, then that's an A. A score between 60 and 69 is a B. A score between 50 and 59 is a C. Between 45 to 49 is D. Between 40 to 44 is E. Then everything between 0 and 39 is F. So that's the grading system I want to create. Okay, and let's move down to our plateau ID and see how we can work with it. So this was what we did in the last video. I'm just going to create a new file and then work with that file. So I'll create a new file. So as usual we have program, then the program name. So let me call this program name grading system. Okay, then as usual I have end program, then the program name also, which is a grading system. So I'm meant to take the grade of this individual, the score rather of this individual, then compute the grade. So I need a variable. Let me use implicit none to define what possible value this variable can take. So implicit none, the variable is going to be an integer, so I'm assuming that whatever you're getting as your score must be an integer, so I'm going to call it score. Okay, now I need to get the score from the user. I don't want to type it in, I want to get it from the user. So first I have to have a print statement that is going to prompt the user to enter the score. So I'm prompting user to enter the score. That's what I have here. So after prompting user to enter the score, I use my read statement to get in the score. So I'm going to use read with a single asterisk. Remember we said read can go with single asterisk, it can also go with double asterisk. So I want to read in just what the score is. Now I'm going to confirm that if the score is greater than 70, or greater than or equal to 70, so I have to say greater than or equal to 70. If the score is greater than or equal to 70, then I have to print that this person or the grade is A. So I'll say print that grade is A. Okay, but if that's not the case, so this is where we have else if. So I'm just going to copy this. So this is else if, in fact let's copy all of this. So else if score is greater than or equal to 60 according to what we said, then the grade is going to be a B. If that's not the case, then we have else if score, if the score is greater than or equal to what we have next is a 50, then the grade is C, right? Thereafter we have else if score is greater than or equal to 40, that should be 45, then we say the grade is a D. If that's not what we have, then we have else if score is greater than or equal to 40, then we say the grade is E. If this is not the case, then we just have else. This time around is going to be else. This time around we just have to print that the grade is F. Okay, so we say grade is F, and this is where we end the program. We have to end if. Now this looks like a lovely program that is going to work fine, let's try it and see if it's actually going to work fine. So first we have to try to build, which will ask us to save. So let me save it as grade. Okay, I'll save that, and everything is looking fine. So let's run it and see. So let's see, they're asking us to enter the score. So let's see, what we have here is 25, which we're expecting the grade to be F, and that's correct. Let's run this again. This time around, let's enter 70 and see if it's going to work out fine. In fact, let's say something like 45, and let's say the grade is D. That's also working fine. This time let me use 70, and let's see, 70, 70, 70, 70, and that's A. Everything seems to be fine, okay, according to what we have here. But now this is where the issue now comes in. What if instead of putting those values, I input a value like -2? Let's say I input -3. Okay, according to what we have here, it's going to give us a grade as F -3, and -3 is not a valid result. It's not a valid score. So we would have asked the user to input a valid score instead of going ahead to tell the user that the grade is F. So you try this, you're going to see that the grade is F because it's falling within the else clause. Now that's one of them. Another issue is, what if instead of inputting inputting a negative number, I go ahead and input something greater than 100. For example, I input 120. It's going to say that is, or 129. It will give me that as an A, of which this is not meant to be A. Okay, so how do we take care of this? Now, one good way we can use to take care of this is to include a bound here. This is not a bound. We are just saying all score greater than 70. 129 is greater than 70, so it is A. Here we are saying else. So when it's not falling within all this category, else means anything other than what we have here. So that's why -3 gave us F. So we need to put a bound that everything we are looking for here has to be between 0 and 100. So for you to do that, there are different ways. You can use a nested if. That will work out fine. But if you don't want to use a nested if, what you need to do is to use what they call the logical operator, and or. Those are the things we are meant to use. We call them logical operators. So take note, we've seen what we call the arithmetic operators. Videos back, we've seen the relational operators. Now in the next video, I'm going to be explaining the logical operators, because that's what we are going to be making use of to make this program work fine. Okay, so as usual guys, we are going to end this video here, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye bye.